The phenomenon known as harmonic singing is an important asset to Buddhist meditation, communication, and teaching. Though the perception of harmonic singing is considered extraordinary to Western listeners, the production of harmonics using only human vocal folds is a perfectly natural effect. Harmonic singing, originally called overtone singing by Western philosophers, is named after the scientific term for the production of harmonics, the overtone series. The overtone series explains that every note we hear from a voice or an instrument is actually a set of pitches spaced a mathematical distance away from a primary tone, called the fundamental. Harmonic singing is produced by singing a fundamental pitch and modifying the aperture of the mouth to magnify specific pitches within the overtone series. The nomenclature of harmonic singing varies greatly, as linked with its regional significance. Here in America, harmonic singing is also called fundamental singing, throat singing, and Tibetan chanting. Internationally, the title given to species of harmonic singing is linked with a form of meditation that's predominant in the region. Apart from being called different things, species of harmonic singing are produced each in their unique way, in accordance with their desired effect. For example, the Tuvanese tradition focuses on vibration and synchronization. The vocalization which produces harmonic singing is often composed of vowel-based noises. Vocalized sounds are not intended to produce coherent communication. The other primary convention, the Tibetan tradition, focuses on the voice as an instrument of religious teaching, both for its own body and for others. The chant, from which harmonic singing is produced, is composed of sacred texts or prayers. This presentation will be focusing on the three most widely spread species of harmonic singing: humai, siget, and kagriya. The origins and nomenclature of the three main types stem primarily from the Tuvanese tradition, though they are slowly gaining formal recognition within the Tibetan culture. A fourth, more general overview will present Tibetan harmonic singing from a historical perspective. Before discussing individual species, we need to understand harmonic singing's role in Buddhist meditation. Though we have no record of its invention, our earliest descriptions of monks include vocal meditation, such as harmonic singing. Recent research has found that the synchronicity in the brain produced by harmonic singing is similar to that found in studies of silent meditation. Harmonic singing is the process of attuning the body and mind to nature's higher states. Harmonic singing originated in Tuva, located in the southern region of Siberia. Completely contained within its bordering mountain ranges, Tuva is known for its relative isolation, making it the ideal setting for musical innovation. From this region comes the most widely practiced form of harmonic singing, humai. Humai is a soft-sounding style whose fundamental lies in the low to mid-range of the singer's voice. At all times, there are two or more notes clearly audible. The second most performed style in the Tuvan tradition, siget, is based on a mid-range fundamental. Its popularity provides a slightly misleading view of the style, as its proper execution is considered the hardest to produce. It is characterized by strong, piercing harmonics that can be used to perform distinct melodies. By focusing the voice on specific sections of the overtone series, the singer can emulate a sound identical to that of a woodwind instrument, such as a flute. Its fluid character gives siget the most direct parallel with Buddhist philosophy, as it demonstrates Nagarjuna's tetralemma. The sound of a voice and the sound of a woodwind instrument are not the same, different, both, or neither. Our third species, kagara, is performed low in the singer's range. It is recognizable for its intense, croaking-type tone. Due to the muscles that this type of singing engages, the voice can produce a high number of multiphonics, different pitches produced at the same time. This type of harmonic singing most closely resembles the type of harmonic singing often performed as an extended technique in American choirs. Tuvan singing's counterpart, the Tibetan tradition, focuses on the belief that gods and spirits live in nature. By speaking texts aloud, these entities can learn from Buddha's teaching on a daily basis. Historically, meaningless symbols were inserted within the main text to prevent uninitiated outsiders from understanding the sacred writings. In Tibetan chanting, the focus of the harmonic tuning is on the notes 1, 2, or even 3 octaves above the fundamental, not on overtones that form a distinct harmony. It is believed that those who can chant in 3 octaves simultaneously had reached enlightenment. A unique feature of the Tibetan style is the addition of glottal slides, vocal glissandos, into the fundamental melody. While it should be noted that each species of harmonic singing can have regional nuances, these basic distinctions allow even the most novice of listeners to identify the species of harmonic singing. To understand how a singing style can emulate the states of a body achieved through meditation, we need to examine how the harmonic phenomenon is produced by the body. To settle on a consistent, steady fundamental, the singer often begins by humming, concentrating on aligning their body's internal rhythm to match their pitch. Once they have attuned their body and consciousness to the fundamental pitch, the mouth is opened in a shape to best amplify the intended overtones. The amount to which the mouth must be open to match the body's level of vibration is different for every person and species of harmonic singing. All forms of harmonic singing are begun using this method. The most dramatic difference in the sound production of each species stems from the role of the tongue. In Kagriya, the tongue remains perfectly still, being held at the bottom of the mouth. Humai rests the tongue at the bottom of the mouth too, but the back of the tongue is allowed to move to assist the tuning of the pitch. However, sigaret cannot be produced without the tongue being active. In this species, the tongue is used to divide the mouth into 2 cavities and control the wavelength of the harmonic. Tibetan chanting represents the Humai style most closely in its production, but the tongue is allowed greater freedom to produce the words of the sacred texts. In Humai, sigats, and Tibetan chanting, the role of the throat in harmonic singing stems from the same relative motion used by Western vocalists. The fundamental is produced in the most resonant fashion possible, requiring a different fundamental pitch for nearly every body. Yet Kagriya requires a more trained approach. For Kagriya to be accurately produced, their larynx is constricted just above the level of the vocal folds. This causes the ventricular folds to resonate, producing additional multiphonics. The ventricular folds resonate at half the speed of the vocal folds, which produces a subharmonic below the fundamental. Kagriya is the only species of harmonic singing where a subharmonic can be produced.